it's interesting for Lindy, the exposure to NZT, because at first, I mean, she has no idea. She just sees, you know, her ex-boyfriend who in a period of a month to 2 months has totally transformed himself. I mean, it's quite amazing. You know, the first scene that you see Lindy in is the breakup scene, where he's very dishevelled and kind of has a bit of weight on him and hasn't, you know, written anything for a couple of years, and he kind of doesn't know what he's doing with his life or where he's going. And then the next time you see them together is after he's been on the drug for a while, and he's all suave and, you know, slimmed down and is, you know, has money and takes her to this fancy restaurant. And so it's, for Lindy, it's like night and day. Bradley's taken on this role, you know, wholeheartedly, and it's awesome to watch. And he, you know, he's very sharp, Bradley, and very intelligent, and so he has this ability to go from one end of the scale to the other. You know, he has a great sense of humour and at the same time a great depth to him. So he can, you know, play dramatic scenes, but also play scenes that are light and snappy, and you know, he has that whole range as an actor, and I think he's perfect as Eddie, because he can go from, you know, that guy that is kind of like on a downhill spiral and looks like a bit of a bum, really, you know, to this guy who's like suited up, who, you know, he looks like $1 million and he's got it together, and you know, he can do that. Robert De Niro is someone that you grow up watching on screen, and you see so many of his films, and so many of his characters are so alive in your memory, you know, and in your imagination. And to work with someone who has that much experience, that much wisdom about what they do is really, you know, a privilege. And even though we don't have any scenes together, I was lucky enough to do the read-through, and I think he's going to be great in this film. Neil's an interesting director to work with in that he's very gentle. You know, he's a very sensitive person, very accommodating as well, and definitely a collaborator. You know, when I first went into his office and saw all the images and the photographs that he was pulling from stylistically for the film, I was, you know, you could see this vision that was very real and almost gritty and very human. And so, you know, even though we're dealing with a drug that's not actually on the market or hasn't been on the market, it's make-believe, he makes it seem like it's actually happening. It's a story that they can get lost in, but at the same time feel like it could actually be happening. You know, it's like you're not getting lost in a fantasy. You're getting lost in a story and getting lost in these characters, but it's totally believable, and it's very contemporary.